Hello, my name is Shen.
Hi, I'm Kazuki.
I am JJ.
So we made Farco game on the MATLAB for the Engineering 6 Final
So on our
project.
agenda we have please read before the game, which shows the role and scoring of the game, also notes such as what not to do to run the game smoothly. Then our other part is quit. Okay, so this is a run through of the game. So first you ask for the player name input and player 2, let's say it's my brother's name, and we press roll. So oops. So we select the dices you want to keep the score, like this, collect, and maybe this, then we roll, then this we collect. So yeah, this is how the game will run. Then we go switch player, then roll, then three of a kind, collect, and roll others. Then back to clock this. So for the time being, we have set the final score to 100. So we can show the name, player name will pop up here, and as we collect, as you can see, the player name pops up when the player has won. So that way we can know which player has reached the final score, which is supposed to be 10,000. But in this video, we have set it to 100.
This is a script of GUI. In the opening function, I use global to set up several basic information, such as the number of the turn and the dice image. And then we set both player score to be 0 and make sure every checkbox is unchecked, and also set a background picture for the whole games. Set player 1 as playing at the start of games, and set the click button to be off before player roll. This is the roll button callback function. First, I use global to share the variable like the rolls, dice image, and n. N is the number how many times player roll in the same turn. So if player press roll button once, n will be +1. And set the collect button turn on after play press roll button. And it also has a sound for rolling the dice. And then for rolling random dice, first we have to find the value of the 6 checkbox. If the value of check is 0, this means checkbox is unchecked and the related dice will be rolling. And we use randy to get a random number between 1 and 6 and index into array dice image to get a random dice. And we also put the number into an array named row that will be help for the calculation part. And we have similar code for each dice from 1 to 6, and at the end we can get the roll array from every time that player press roll button.
So for the first part of score calculation for this game, we had to make a array of the key values, so we can calculate the total round scores like efficiently and correctly. So first we start off with turn, roll, n, which is number of times the clock button was pressed, and k values, which are the collections of dices. So if the first time collecting dice, then it will be k1, the second time will be k2. And there's a Farco, and there's value 1, 2 used for calculating the round score. So first we set Farco to false, so it doesn't set off the loop later on. And so the check values will be if the player has clicked check. So to keep the So there are a few parts for calculating the scores, and the first part will be setting all the variables and making a k array, which will be used for later calculations. So first we have to make turn. We have variables such as turn, row, which is the row, the roll dice values. Then there's N, number of time collect button was pressed. Then there's K values, which is the collection of dices. For example, if it was first time, it will be the first collection of dices, so it will be K1. Then there's Farkles, and so this is gonna be a true or false statement about whether the player has Farkle or not. Then there will be value 1 and 2 used for round score calculation later on. So the check values will be whether 1 or 0, whether the player has checked the dice to keep the score or didn't check the dice to reroll. So if it's checked, it will be 1. If it's not checked, it will be 0. So then there's an array, which is check 1, or made out of the check values. And so if n equals 1, then k1 equals k. So this is the first time collecting the data. Then k2 will be so anything different from k1 will be selected because we don't want to retake the k1 scores again. So we use XOR to make sure that they don't take the k1 keep values too. So cow will be the calculation score. So we just element by element multiplication with row and k values. So we'll have a how many 6 or 1s or the numbers will be represented in an array cow. So we can use it for calculation later. So for the actual score calculation, we decided to use switch groups in this few way to calculate the scores effectively, but we decided to use switch because we feel like there was a clear and most legible way to do it. And so first we had to use some function and the cow. Some function of the cow to equals 1, which so basically the cow was the element by element multiplication with row and the k values. So we have the dice values for which dice to keep and zeros for other parts. So basically we just count how many ones they have, and we switch it with each cases. So there's 0 to 6, then it goes on for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there is one more for straights, so which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so they have to have each one of them, and it has to be on the same turn. So basically it has to be done first turn. And the row score is calculated by adding the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the straights. So if row score is 0, then we can play Farkle noise, and so basically the Farkle sound, which is disappointed crowd sound and stuff. Then we change background colors to flash the Farkle part of the GUI screen, the title part, I think. Then we set the Farkle statement to true. So the score will be calculated by using mod and turn. So if we first set the turn to 0 at wait for certain code, I think. So if the mod of turn at 2 is equal to 0, so that will be the player.
This is the change player function. It's to exchange from player 1 to player 2 or from player 2 to player 1. So we use mode to show which player is playing. And we also set all dice to be blank and set all checkbox to be unchecked, and also to set n equals 0 that can make sure for each turn and it start at 0. And we get the value 1 and value 2 to be right.